going. So welcome, guys. It's Bootcamp number 7. For those that are with us today, we started a boot camp for all the people that have decided to pay it forward over the last little bit. We've had so many people helping people get healthy, and it's just been so powerful. I mean, heck, Susan, you really capped off, this holiday challenge in a big way, which, I loved. I mean, so many people just being mindful of their health, and so many people come into our community. And I love that our community is open to everyone. We had a lot of people join that weren't part of our, that aren't planned, and they felt welcomed in there. And I just think that's a really good thing. It took me 4 years to decide that this program was the way I wanted to get healthy after watching my family, but that's just because I got extra padding up here. So I just want to say it's just been a really great season. I want to congratulate all of you. And those stories are just really what this is all about. And hopefully you guys enjoyed those and paid attention, because that's what everyone needs around us. We're Americans, and sometimes we like to put on a facade that everything's perfect, but everybody needs something in their life. No one's got it all together. And between help and support and just loving on people, we can do some incredible things. And this is the season to do it. So I was actually just going to review a few things, and we're going to keep this call extremely short because it is the middle of December. You guys are probably busy, and I just want to congratulate you foremost on consistency, because consistency is really what makes a difference in changing lives, and that's really what we're doing here. So just a review, we've learned how to use our maps, which is just an organization of how we help the people around us and keep loving on them and moving them forward. We are staying consistent, and that's really the biggest thing, is consistency in people's lives. People want to see people that are consistent. So you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent, just like our health. It's not about being perfect. It's just about being consistent. We've learned how to reach out and help others and follow up and just basically be a support factor to them. So it's been great. Addition to that, we have the incentive trip. You guys are really tracking for that, which is great. I love that, many of you guys will be with us on the incentive trip, and it's just celebrating all the people we're helping getting healthy. I'm trying to think, new ranks. We've already had new executive directors go, because this is an ED boot camp. We have a bunch of people lined up for this month to go ED, as well as everyone that's here right now is setting up their year to go ED. So whether it'll be January or February, if you're here, if you're a newer coach and you're just maybe helping your first 5 people, you're really in the right place, learning this cadence of how easy it is to help people. So that's pretty much a review of what we've been doing. And this week, like I said, we're going to keep it really short. So I actually brought on a treat for you guys today, because we talk about healthy body because we want to take care of our healthy body. We talked about healthy mind because, relationships and, supporting others and purpose in our life is really important. But healthy finances is important too. And I'm not just talking about making money. That's great too. But I'm also talking about taking care of your money and your family, and just in that aspect too, because I'm not going to go on a tangent here, but we have a divorce rate that's over 50% in this country. And if you ask people that get divorced, the number one reason for divorce is financial struggle. And you guys just think about how all the different things that people have shared and how powerful it is to them. There's so many things that link back to what's holding us back in our life, and sometimes finances is one of them. So I actually have a great friend, Wes Holt, who's actually going to share with us. He's a financial advisor, and he's a darn good one. And he actually, I feel like God has brought a lot of things into our mission. And so Wes loves healthy finances. He always has, always will. His wife also happens to be a global director, because they've changed their health. They've changed a lot of other people's health, and they've changed their financial health and the people around them in their healthy mind. So I've had a lot of good conversations with Wes. He's a financial advisor, and probably the best one out there that I've ever connected with. And he was just going to speak to us a little bit tonight about taking care of our healthy finances and what you have in your hands, because it is a really powerful tool. We're kind of wrapping up on a time where taxes will start to come in. So I thought I'd just turn it over to Wes to kind of give us some a few little tips as we go into this season. I mean, we're all moving towards, we either are new executive directors or are moving towards executive directors, and you're going to have a lot of people getting healthy. And that's the biggest thing we want to help people with. It's always about helping people. That's number one. But we also want to take care of every aspect. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Wes. Wes, are you there? And thanks for being with us tonight.
I am. Can you hear me okay?
I can. You look great. You sound great. And thanks for being with us tonight.
All right. Thank you, Brad, so much for allowing me to come on your team. I just caught in a little bit sooner and earlier when people were telling their stories, and the impact that you guys are having on many people's lives is amazing. And so it's so cool when we can impact their health. And another thing, that you can do to really make an impact is in their finances. And again, going back, everybody here is on this call, Bootcamp is ED or almost executive director. And, that's a huge step in taking your personal finance to the next level. Brad was mentioning there's a study that says to the place where people get to about $75,000, if they're underneath that level of income, the financial pressure on the home and the relationship is extremely harsh. And anything above that level is now more just lifestyle. But you're bringing people out of that place where they feel stuck, where they feel like their income is limited, and you're opening up them to an opportunity where they feel like they can make a difference and they can get rewarded for that. One of the things that I do is I evaluate businesses and investments and all that stuff. And when Paul and I looked at this from a business perspective, we didn't really start out that way. We just started and said, hey, yeah, we need to lose some weight. We watched Doug, my nephew, and then Paula said, golly, I like this. Let's look at the business side of it. And, it's amazing. I look at a lot of the businesses, and this is such a great model where the people that are rolling up their sleeves, the people that are doing the work are the ones that are being rewarded. And you've got a great leadership team here with Brad. He's a systems process machine, and he doesn't leave any stone unturned. And so, one of the things that I love about Take Shape for Life is they just don't say, open the box, here you go, buy a packet and good luck. But they really equip you with a great leadership team to get you to the place where you have, I think, unlimited income. And as you've been brought to this level of executive director and above, you can see that you're just beyond that next edge of explosion in your personal finance. So I like to look at it like I'm a simple guy, so I like simple things, but I like to look at a business like a train. And one of the things that a good CEO or a business owner is, he's the engineer of that train. And you always want to stay the engineer. You notice that the engineer is never at the caboose. He's never in the middle of the train. He's always at the front of the engine. And his eyes are always focused on what's ahead. And what we find in the finance side is sometimes people either they get relaxed and they start looking off to the side, or they start daydreaming. But I want you to, as you're preparing for December, to be focused on what's ahead. And your engine is your ability to help people and your ability to help coaches. And so I think that's why this is a really cool business model. Also allows you to leverage the time. I know Paul and I, we were working 70 to 80 hours a week, and in our previous life, and it was killing us. And we were making a lot less money than we are today. And Take Shape for Life, if it can do it for us, it can do it for you. And I think that's leveraging your time and your resources. So going back to the engine, make sure you're focusing on your we would call it sales if I was doing an evaluation, but it's who you're helping. The cars, that's all the things that are behind you. That's the business expenses. We want to make sure that we're conscious about that. I can tell you that I've had a few clients that are Take Shape for Life coaches, and they've really watched their business expenses this year, and their bottom line has exploded. And that bottom line is what comes home, what we get to actually do. Why did we do this in the first place? Because we want to spend time with our kids. We want to do some outings. We want to do some things we couldn't do because we were tied to that job. And so I think it's important that we watch the engine, which is who are we helping, that the cars, we glance back once in a while. It's not the primary focus, but yet the caboose is what comes home. So I'll go back to, again, I'm a football guy from way back. Let's go back to some basics, right? What can you do to make sure that your financial foundation is firm and secure? One of the things that I want to make sure, and these are simple directives, first of all, make sure that we have one box that our income comes in. There's one account that your money comes into and Take Shape for Life. Out of that box, this is the only box, there's a debit card or credit card tied to that only. And that's for business expenses. One of the things that we're finding is a lot of people do the simple things like, the big stuff gets expensed, like my phone and my internet and some of those things, but it's the little things. It's the tips we leave when we do our bags. It's the things we do with cash. I want to make sure that we've got that credit card, debit card tied to that account. That's number one. Number two, anytime we move money from here, our business account, we want to bring it home. This is box number two, or account number two. This is our personal account, right? This is where money comes home. This is where we can spend it on non-business activities. And then don't forget the third box. This is what we call the tax savings account box. Anytime we move a dollar from here and slide it over to our personal account, we want to put a number in here. So probably if you're executive director at that income level, not knowing what your other spouse may bring in or not, assuming 20 to 25 cents needs to go down here. So to get a dollar to come home out of this box, I need to put a dollar here and 20 cents in my tax savings account. Make sure, this is the end of the year. We do a lot of year-end planning. One of the things about knowing your numbers, a lot of times we'll do a dashboard. You should be able to tell me 3 numbers every month. What was my top line income? What was my check from Take Shape for Life? Number 2, what was my business expenses for the month? And number 3, how much of that was left in the box did I bring home? Know those numbers every month. That's like the pulse of your business. If you're a nurse or a doctor, the first thing you do is check the pulse, right? If you know those numbers, just about everything else will take care of itself. It's like the engineer on the train. He hears the clickety-clickety-click of the track, right? You can hear what's going on behind your train if you know those 3 numbers and to help you with your business. Make sure we're expensing everything that's possible. So the first thing you think when you lay out a dollar, you say, is this related to business any way, shape, or form? If you have a question about that, talk to your business leader, talk to your CPA. You can call me if you want. We want to make sure that you're maximizing. Here's why. If I have a $100 phone bill, would I rather pay that with $100, or would I rather pay that, for that $100 phone bill, would I rather pay $130? I'd rather pay the less amount. I'd rather pay the discounted rate. Or I could look at it this way. If I was, and this is the cool thing about having a small business, if I have a business expense, I don't have to earn $130 at my job to get $100 that I can pay for my cell phone. All I have to do is say, look, my business income was this. I don't have to pay taxes on it because it's a business expense. And I just I leveraged my dollars. I made them work harder for me. So make sure you get all your expenses. And I could send you a sheet if you'd like of some ideas of things that a typical Take Shape for Life business expenses out. Just let Brad know, and I could forward that on to you as well. So know your numbers, leverage your time, be flexible, but it's not optional. Typically what we find is people reach a certain level and they pull back on their throttle of their engine, right? Their train's running down the track, it's getting beauty, we're going where we want to go, and then we're looking and we pull back off the throttle. This is the time to build your funnel, to get to the place where your engine is strong. Because if you do the work, what I love about this business, there's 3 things. There's poor people do certain things, middle income people do certain things, and successful people do certain things, financially successful. And I'll tell you that financially successful people leverage their dollars. They make sure that when they spend money, it's going to make them money. Poor people just buy stuff, right? You see them at the dollar store, they're standing in line and you're going, really? You're buying that? You probably should be going across the street and buying groceries for your family. But poor people buy stuff. Middle income people. So think about the people that you know that are working downtown Portland. They buy things, we call them liabilities. They buy payments, car payments, huge house payments, all sorts of payments. That's what middle income people do. But successful financial people do this. They invest in their business, right? So when I take money and I'm spending it on my business, the first thing I'm thinking about, I need a phone, because if I can't call, I can't make money, right? That's a good expense. I need internet. If I can't email and do my stuff, I can't make more money. So every time you're doing an expense, saying, how is this driving my business forward? That's what smart, successful business owners do. And you can have that. You have that tool in your hand. I love, Paul and I love Take Shape for Life. I can't say that enough. And it's not because we're the sharpest pencil in the box, we're the most perfect people in the world. It's because they have given you a tool, and not just a tool, they've given you leadership, and they give you training, and they give you everything you need. All you got to do is roll up your sleeves, get in the game, get in the seat of your engine, and begin to work and drive forward. So, Brad, I hope that's some of the things you wanted to cover, but we're excited about Take Shape for Life. We want to make sure that we see people that are making great choices and that are working their business, and they're reaping those wonderful rewards. And I think the sky's the limit when it comes to that.
Awesome, Wes. I love it. I've really got to know you and Paula really well over the last few years, and I just love your heart for people. You just always look to help people, and I love that you have a couple avenues you get to do that in. So thank you for how much you love to help people. A lot of people don't know that you do this because you don't get paid for tonight. You just love helping people take care of finances and having healthy finances. So I love that. Great tips. One account, expenditures, expense everything possible, make your money work for you. And actually, what was that last quote you said? Financially successful people invest in their business. And what was the other thing you said? Financially successful people also do what?
They don't have liabilities, they have assets. Assets is stuff that works for you. And I think that's why, we love Take Shape for Life, because it is an asset. It's a tool. It's an income generator, right? Now, it needs a little attention. You can't just, forget about it. But if you pour into your team and if you pour into your people, that will generate income again and again and again. And you'll reap that with less effort down the road. But you need to pay attention to your engine. And that's what we love about a great asset like a Take Shape for Life.
I think we got a pretty good asset. We can financially advise the goodwill of how many people we help. That's a pretty good one too at the end of the day. Last question for you. You've seen a lot of people. You've seen your business. You've helped a lot of people with this business, with their health and with their business. What have you, this group right here is on fire. We had a lot of people that watch the recording too. What have you seen as people go into the new year on fire in their health, helping people, focused, and taking part in boot camp? What have you seen in their business over, say, the course of the first 6 months of the year as they're focused on those just 5 and 1 in their business?
I think easily 6 months, depending on what your business level is, but especially at the executive director level, 6 to 8 months to double your business. Really working your business hard, investing back into your business. Doubling your business at that level is extremely achievable. And it just depends on what the person wants to do, but the business model and the tools are all there. It just depends on, do you want to get out of your own way? And when I say that, that's humbling ourselves. Paul and I had a humbling experience here, and she'll tell her story. But we just assume that, we're adults. We've been around a while. We should know this. Why should we have to ask for help? But I can tell you that when we realize that, hey, what we're doing is not moving us forward as fast, as soon as we flip the switch, ask for help from our leadership team, boom, there it went. And so I just think that, again, doubling your business model at the executive level, director level is extremely attainable in 6 to 8 months. And it's just a matter of tapping into your team and doing what they tell you to do.
I love it. Wes, thank you so much for tonight. And I love this because you obviously know what a great tool it is to change people's health, their relationships and everything, but it's the smartest thing you can do financially, whether this is your, what you want to do full time or add it to a house income. You can't make this great of investment in your family's finances while you're making this great of investment in your health and the people around you. So,
well, and to top it all off, Brett, it's fun. The people that we get to hang out with, golly, that's why we do it, because it's fun and you make a lot of money. Where in the world can you have so much fun and make so much money? It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the tips tonight. We are really big on healthy finances. We talk about being lean in our health and being lean in our finances. So I wanted people to go into this new year with their financially safe hat on and get some good tips. So thank you for being here tonight. I will grab that document from you and I'll upload it in our coach page. So thanks for being here tonight, Wes, and thanks for everything you do.
All right. Have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, perfect. I love it. Great tips. I hope you guys got a lot from that. I will upload the document to the page. And actually right now, because we're going to keep this call pretty short and easy, I'm going to turn it over to Susan because Wes talked about the engine. And what we want to do is just focus on action and getting people healthy. And right now, believe it or not, today is the 15th. Today is the studies show the number one day where people start choosing what diet they're going to do in the new year. We don't want people choosing a diet. We want people choosing a healthy lifestyle. So this is the time to be on purpose. And you guys have been on purpose. We've started a lot of clients this season. A lot of you guys know exactly who's getting started over the next few weeks. A lot of you guys are getting ready for your January 9th event. You guys got your maps. You're dialed in. You got your wish list. You know what you're creating this new year. So it's all about that action. Anyone know like who Beast Mode is on the Seahawks? He's all maybe not. Yeah, Wes talked about the football analogies. Maybe you guys don't. Plus, maybe you guys aren't Seahawks fans. I don't know. Anyways, about that action. And that action is getting people healthy and making connections. So Susan's going to go over some really just high leverage tips of what you can do to just get in people's worlds this week and just lift them up. Because that's really what it's about. It's about making connections with people. So Susan, will you bring us home tonight?
Yeah, awesome. That was so good. We work with Wes personally as well. And I think just to kind of piggyback on what he shared is really treating your business like a business. You couldn't go to Starbucks or Apple or Nordstrom's and say so, and they wouldn't know their numbers. I mean, that is just not. There's no successful business out there that is just like people are winging it. So at some point, if you desire this to be a very viable business for you, treat it like a business. If you would have invested $200,000 to do this as a business versus $200, you probably would have treated it more like a business from the beginning and watched all the numbers and the ins and outs and the time and what you would put into it. But because, we do have such this amazing opportunity, sometimes we don't realize sometimes what's in our hands, or we realize it, but we're still treating it. We're nickel and diming our business. And then we end up with a nickel and dime business. Yuck, that's not what we want. So that's just, anyways, to kind of put a pretty bow around that. So yes, let's talk action. I will say, I just had a few texts come in. This is where I was inspired to speak from is like, I'm like, first of all, it's the 15th of the month, but the 25th is almost like mid-month this month. Like you will do almost like double where you're at on the 25th in the last week of the month. So I just want to keep you guys all super excited about that. But the couple texts that I come in of saying stuff like, just a lot of people have Christmas brain. Okay, so maybe people have Christmas brain, but I hope you don't have Christmas brain. I hope you have like 2016 and excitement and know what you're creating brain. But we still 10 days. And so it's not really a time to take our foot off the gas pedal. But we do want to give people space of the people that we're connecting with and following up with to not be to allow them to have their Christmas brain, if that's what it is. So I want to give you kind of what we can be doing today in the next 10 days, again, to continue to build the momentum into the new year. So my first thing that really I think of is we want to be really bold in with our top people that we want to partner with. We really just want to let them know that the New Year's is around the corner, which is not like it's true. And everyone knows that as a health coach, we're obviously going to be a little busy, right? Which is true. That more people are going to choose health, and that we would love to partner with them, that we have these next few weeks that we really can train them, and that we would love to help them with those first couple steps so they're fully prepared to take advantage of all the people that are going to want to be getting healthy in their world in the new year. And so really being bold with coaching. This week I'm doing many, interviews with coaches, really discussing like what that looks like and setting people up with their next steps. So really be bold with that over this next season, because with the right coaching partners in the new year, that's how we're going to help a lot more people. Two, the word love kind of comes to mind, is just really love on people right now. And it's not about, hey, are you wanting to get started? Okay, there's a time and a place for that. But right now, over these next 10 days, it's just being in people's worlds. I'm just kind of going through my phone, people that come into mind, something I love that someone posted on Facebook. I'm just wishing them a happy holidays. Just being in people's world so that when they maybe do choose health, they're going to be thinking of me. So I'm sending messages, text messages to not only current clients and inactive clients, but just to really, 10, 15, 20 people a day right now, and just loving on people and really wishing them, a great holiday season and time with their family and just blessing their family. And that's really just being in people's world in a genuine, authentic way. And many of them are just responding, yeah, you too. And we're starting these little dialogues and conversations. And I don't have, my agenda is no agenda. My intentions are very pure and authentic to really connect with these people. Shane and I personally are offering, we have a lot of inactive clients. So if this is, the shoe fits, wear it. We're sending out an e-card to all of our inactives, offering them 10% savings to get started back on program before the end of the month. That's a good fit for our business and our goals. Again, speak with your business coach if that's a fit for you. So that's one thing we're doing kind of this week to start as we're reaching back out to those inactives. We may or may not bring up that incentive for them to, plug back in and kind of connect on their goals for the new year. I'm being super bold on Facebook. Not that I'm not ever bold, but I do walk the line of like wanting to put plenty out about my family and other things and not have my it being a personal page lightly sprinkled with business. Well, now I am like, if you don't like health, then too bad. Just kidding. Now, I'm really just making it so clear, like my heart's desire is to help people this season. So I'm removing I don't let any second guessing, whatever I'm inspired by, I'm really, really sharing boldly right now. And then when people are liking or they're commenting, you guys, it's not just about putting it out there and being like sitting back and being like, ooh, who's going to reach out to me? It doesn't work like that. We have to close the loop. So I'm sending messages to all those likes and just like, hey, and just, how are you? Like, I just want to wish you happy holidays. If they're liking some of my health related posts, I'm just letting them know that, thanks for their support. And if they know anyone that's ready to choose health into the new year, I would love to be in touch with them and for them to connect me. And they're like, absolutely. So I'm actually taking that step to take that to a private message and following up with all those people. So if you want social media to work for you, just like Wes talked about having your money work for you, for social media to work for you, it's it's going to take a little bit of intentional effort when you're on there and creating those relationships. We did a Tuesday 20 on evaluating your spheres of influence. We did that 2-3 weeks ago. I've got that dialed in. I started a new hundreds list from that spheres of influence. I've got that dialed in. I have my January 9th list. I've got that dialed in. If you guys have not started this is what these next 10 days before the holidays, like know who the people are that you're really looking to move forward into this next season. And then, and then from the 26th to the 31st, we go all in. That's the time to start following up with those candidates that have mentioned, yeah, maybe after the new year to, hey, setting appointments. When do you have time to connect? And really inviting them, to hear more and to know more. So people have Christmas brain. That's great. Have Christmas brain. I don't. I'm being super intentional with my actions right now over the next 10 days to really layer and build up so that when I do start following up with people on the 26th through that 31st through the new year, I'm in people's worlds and I've really built a really strong foundation. So those are some of the action steps we can do now, you guys. So, and that doesn't mean that I'm not still going to love and enjoy my family. You bet I'm taking Christmas, the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day to pour into them is that's a habit of health, you guys, too. And that's really, really important to just love and really be thankful this season for what we do have. And that's what I have for you guys tonight. So we wanted to keep it short. And in fact, if you have, sometimes we've had these calls go until 7. If you have this next half hour blocked out for work, I want to encourage you guys to take the challenge. Like if you haven't done kind of your next list, start there. Start writing down the people that are on your heart. Or just right now, go to, open your cell phone and just start sending some people some messages. Hey, I've been thinking of you. I just wanted to wish you a happy holidays and hope things are well and hope we can catch up soon. Just send out 10 messages tonight. And I would love to hear from you guys how that goes. Just the interaction. That's what we do. We love the people, right? So that's really what I hope that you guys do tonight. In fact, that's what I plan to do for the next 30 minutes is, just send some Christmas cheer to people and that's what we got going on. All right, Brad, I'm going to pass it back to you. You want to close us out?
I don't think there's really much more to say. So I love this holiday season. Ashley and I actually carved out 2 hours today and really just this was the way we look at it. And I hope you guys look at it too. You guys got clients right now. You guys got potential clients. Some of you maybe even have past clients. In January, it's on. Like, people are going to want to get healthy. I mean, people want to get healthy all times of the year. So, but right now, who do you want to be working with starting this year? How much fun would it be? And that's kind of what I want you to encourage. So have that list ready, and it's just about focusing on helping people, because we don't want anything from anyone. We just want them to help them when they're ready. So if we reach out, they'll be ready to go. And the last thing I was going to say was, and people are already thinking about what they want to do for the first. That's what I was talking about on the 15th. If they're going to order and have their food ready, they're probably going to want to order in the next few days. In the next 3 or 4 days, this is a great reason to follow up, because they may have been interested and they maybe said New Year. So if they're saying New Year, this is the time to say, hey, I just want to reach out. It's on. I'm so excited to work with you. When did you want to get your order placed? Because I don't want to get caught up in all the holiday, the holiday stuff and not have you ready on the first. That's a great reason to reach out now, because we don't want them. If they say they want to get ready on the first, we want to do our job and make sure that we're not letting them down. So love the tips, Susan. That's pretty much where we're focusing right now. And this is some extra good time to love on people. So today's, focus, I want to thank Kelly Giardino, who shared the tip of just bringing healthy food to family gatherings and just focusing on what you're branding yourself as around people. So you're about to be around a lot of people, and people, when you're around people, they either lift you up or put you down. So be one of those people this season that lift people up in all categories, but especially health. So that's what I got for you this week. Wes, I want to especially thank you for the great advice. It's a really good idea to look at us like a CEO. It's really all about the mission and helping people, but it's good to wear our CEO hat, because you know what? And you know why I like this? Because I'm analytical and I like business. But it just makes us help more people. And that's really what it's about at the end of the day. So thank you, Wes. Thank you, Susan. And thanks for everyone that shared their health story on the call previous. Have a great night, everybody. And take that extra 30 minutes to make some extra connections. Night.